New Jersey's first purpose-built TV film studio will open just a few blocks from here. There will be hundreds of jobs, new jobs for Newarkers, professional apprenticeships and internships in the business for our city's young people, and a vibrant new industry that will bring new energy to the South Ward. Lionsgate Newark will be a game changer. And above all others, we have two people to thank for this, and that's Governor Murphy and First Lady Tammy Murphy. Very early in the governor's first term, the governor and Tammy championed the tax credit legislation that made our state a first-choice destination for content producers. Phil Murphy is the great arts and entertainment doctor of the 21st century. And I don't know how many of you know that, but as an undergraduate, he was the president of Harvard's famous AC Pudding Club, and famously portrayed Jeanette Titdrift in the club's acclaimed 1978 production of Tots and Tinsel. Oh, the 76, I'm sorry. Lionsgate actually has got the streaming rights for that, so when you're ready to tell it, they are. So anyway, this is a governor who clearly knows his way around the stage. And I think he and the First Lady understand better than anybody that the arts can mean big business and big fun. His contributions, their contributions have been nothing short of transformational. So please join me in greeting and thanking Governor Phil Murphy.
I can still do a time step. For those of you tap dancers out there, as some would say, I'm still tap dancing for a living. It is great to be here. I want to thank the team at the Temple of Hip Hop. This is an iconic institution. It's great to be in Newark, in the South Ward. And it's, as you all know, and I know probably as well as anybody on the planet, as Newark goes, so goes the great state of New Jersey. So great to be here, John. To you and Team NJPAC, thank you not just for being our MC today, but for all of your energies around the arts and specific to this exciting project. To all the extraordinary elected officials, I know the mayor is en route, we have the majority leader, chairwoman with us, you'll hear from them, and a whole bunch of electeds in the audience. To the mayor's administration, Allison, your team, to our Economic Development Authority team, which is here in size, Tim and Mary and their colleagues. Faye Zecco is with us, we'll hear from him in a few moments, representing Great Point Studios as its chairman. I know Joel Meyer wanted to be here today from Lionsgate. He could not do a family challenge. Tammy and I have been back and forth with John Feldheimer, the CEO of Lionsgate. In fact, we had dinner with John and his wife Lori a few weeks ago. I know they're incredibly excited about this project. And to all the other members of clergy, members of council, we'll hear from PAC Council representing the council, members of our administration, John Crowley is here, the executive director of our Film and TV Commission, Jacqueline Suarez, Commissioner of the Department of Community Affairs, and many other dignitaries. This is a big day. We gathered at what was the Seth Boyd Housing Complex a few years ago to announce this. And this week, I think we're calling it a celebration that we're finally, construction is finally beginning on this project, which as an economic matter will be transformational. I think the estimate is about 600 production jobs, and this is up and running, an economic impact of $800 million plus or minus. Those are big numbers. And the community, yeah. will underpin that not only will those be 600 really good production jobs, but they will be homegrown jobs. We'll put in place apprenticeship programs, training programs, to make sure that this is not some spaceship that just happened to land in the South Forward, but that it has deep connectivity to the community, everything from jobs and training, apprenticeship, all the way to the environment and everything else in between. This is a transformational project. Now, as John said, we got into this business aggressively from day one. We actually campaigned that we wanted to recapture our glory in the film and television industry. Film was invented in New Jersey. Our views were taking back what is rightfully ours. And we have done it in a big way. This is the first purpose-built studio in New Jersey for film and television, but it's not the last. In fact, we will, over the next number of weeks, have very similar gatherings, at least for 2 other big studio campuses. We are now a significant, I know that Fanny will underpin this and concur. New Jersey is now a significant global competitor of consequence in film and television, not just to make stuff in Jersey. The film and television industry back to New Jersey at every step of the way, but very specifically, as Fanny will attest, she was literally, personally, existentially important in getting us to today in this one. So I want to thank the great First Lady, the great state. Never forget. We're from Jersey, baby!
I want you to now know that the studio also would not exist were it not for the expertise and the cash and the remarkable track record of success at Great Point Studios. Its co-chairman, Robert Holme and Fanny Zico. Robbie's unable to join us today, but I'm delighted that Fanny is. Great Point is the industry leader in studio financing, construction, and operations. They have built and now operate major studios in Yonkers, in Buffalo, in Atlanta, in Wales. And here's some backstory. You heard a little of it. We first NJPC met Robbie and Fanny thanks to that referral from the governor and the First Lady to Aisha Glover, who was then the leader of the Newark Alliance. And Aisha contacted the late Mark Burson, who was an NJPC executive committee member, a master builder, and a mentor of mine. I think his daughter, Carrie Lee, is here today. Mark identified the abandoned Seth Boyden housing project site on Dayton Street as the perfect spot to build a studio. And we got together with the landowner, the Newark Housing Authority, Mr. Spicer is here, or will be here. And NJPC was eventually named the site to be developed. The first phone call we had with the Housing Authority was brokered by the chief, Mary Robinson, and we started the conversation. And Rob and Fanny and Great Point have been our true north on this studio deal ever since, and we could not be more grateful. Please join me and give a warm greeting to Fanny Zico.
Thank you, Mayor, Newark for years to come. At Great Point, we believe great productions are built on great partnerships, and with strong support of Governor Phil Murphy, New Jersey has shown itself to be an exceptional home for this industry. With talented workforce and strong unions and unparalleled access to transportation, this region is everything a modern film studio, film and television studio need to thrive. And what truly sets this project apart is our shared commitment to Newark. The community benefits agreement we are signing today reflects that belief, held by NJPAC and the New York Housing Authority, the city, the state, Lionsgate, and Great Point Studios. That development can create real opportunity. And from training and apprenticeship pathways to investment in local nonprofit and environmental initiatives to educate and workforce programs, this project is designed to benefit Newark residents for decades to come. We're really proud that so much of the construction and future studio workforce will come directly from this community, and that minority and women-owned businesses will play a significant role in bringing the facility to life. And many thanks again to John and NJPAC and the mayor of Morocco and the city of Newark, Leonard Spice and the New York Housing Authority, our partners at Lionsgate, and of course again to the Governor Murphy and his wife, who really were, I was there the first day in his office with them, and they delivered and then some on the commitment to get this done. This is a big deal, and we just had a fantastic experience. We can't wait to get this built, and it's going to happen, and it's going to be very exciting. And we're thrilled to build a studio in the future that reflects the great strength of Newark. Thank you.
I want to give us some thank yous, some sort of important and indispensable thank you. It's been a long journey to get to today. So certainly I want to thank Leonard Spicer and Zola Paylow of the New York Housing Authority, NHA attorney, Glenn Scotland, and Curry Lee, our the indispensable Frank Njpc, and Adrian Peters of the CSG law firm, our friend and supporter, the great Joe Taylor, and his partner Richard Johnson of Matrix Development, our NJPAC board member Steve Golden, who led the Arts Center's negotiations with Great Point, and NJPAC's main man in real estate, our EVP of real estate and capital projects. I get to stand up here, but Tim Lisler did all the work. I do want to acknowledge, as the governor did, the indispensable work of Tim Sullivan over the course of this whole thing. He needs to get this sort of acknowledgement, but I got to do it because she was over there. And April is here, and Ty Cooper is here, and so many of us from the UK. So, right now, we are very lucky in the city of Newark to be represented by two energetic, devoted, and politically savvy and powerful elected officials who are in service to our community 24/7. They are always available to advise and brainstorm, always looking to solve problems, and when necessary, challenge conventional wisdom. They are brilliant and forever committed to improving outcomes for all of our residents. They've been essential supporters of this studio project in Trenton and here at home, and I'm indebted to them for the practical wisdom they provide. Please welcome the first Latina to lead either chamber of the New Jersey Legislature, Senate Majority Leader M. Teresa Ruiz, and our partner in progress, Chair.
Today. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Newark. The governor said it's Jersey, baby. I want to say it's Newark. Here you get an opportunity to get on the turnpike and bring the soul and the energy and the love and the passion and the purpose of the city back where your dad picked to raise his family, and you carry that and you pour that into pieces of legislation that create tangible moments like today, you know that everything is full circle and it's worth it. Today's groundbreaking is not solely about a film industry that will thrive on its own, regardless as to whether we've created a partnership with them, but it's also about an accountability measure with the community partner benefit agreements that Assemblywoman Eliana Couture-Marin and I, with the EDA, with the governor's office said, if in fact we're going to do these private-public corporate partnerships, that the home that is going to feature that structure, that the brick and mortar will not benefit the people inside, but going to benefit all of our families, block by block, all the way up to the north or down to the farthest corner in the south, into the east and into the central. And not for one moment, and not for what is promised in that contractual agreement, but for the future. We are nestled here with a premier park close by, a first-class golf course, schools that perhaps will have a partnership with this film endeavor, creating a bandwidth of future Northers that can go right from a school campus into an employability workforce, generating money over and over and over again long after I won't be elected. That is what's happening today. It's not about a shovel in the ground. It's not about a new building. It's not about showing the entire world that we always knew Newark was the bomb, right? Yeah. We always knew Newark was the mecca of all art and culture. We always knew. I don't know if any one of you saw Latifah's little blog thing, right? And she's sitting there and she's doing all the checklists. And I reposted and said, I knew, my family knows, now everybody else does. We're quintessentially right in the best geographic point of New Jersey. We are the cornerstone of the Garden State. We are the epicenter of growth. We are the purpose. We are the passion. We are the people of this great country, reflected right here in these moments. And so to the governor, to the partners, to John Schreiber, who at first, when he approached the subject, said, we have to find land, I really want to do this. I said, great. I won't mention the first place, he said. And I said to him, don't come back to me until you find a spot in the city of Newark. And his commitment to this town, to our children, to the partnership of arts in a way that is economically engaged, advocacy engaged, artistically engaged, I just want to say thank you for your partnership. Recognize my face as I come back knocking on the door for more and more, because we're worth it. So to all of you right before this holiday season, as someone who is going through the most right now, but wanted to be here to fill her soul with purpose again, I hope that faith will guide you. I hope that this moment in time really turns the corner for people who think they know who we are in the city, so that they know who we really are. So congratulations to everyone.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm kind of happy that it's indoors because if it was outside, we'd all be done speaking already. But I'm excited today because this is really what we talk about, right? So we become very close and married throughout all these tax incentive and bill negotiations because we're at it all the time. And it's conflict that makes us grow together, but it makes us understand each other, where we come from. And something that Senator Ruiz talked about, if you look at the stat, there's over 100,000 people each day that travel into the city of Newark, whether it's by car or public transportation, making it one of the largest cities that people come to work. But to work. Yeah. I want us to continue to do these types of things because I want to pick at each time one of those people travels into the city of Newark and they get to see the things that we all knew and believe the city could do and is doing. And I want them now to change their zip code to our zip codes. This is what it's about. It's not just that we're good for people to come to work and make money for their households. I want people to understand that the reason why Senator Ruiz and I And Governor, thank you because you have been a partner through and through in all of this. And the mayor knows this, that we are better than people just coming in each day and working here. We believe that people want to come and work here, and now they get to see everything around it, and they want to be a part of everything that's exciting happening in the city of Newark. I know that when my daughters, they go out and they play soccer, God knows everywhere, they are proud when people say, oh, where do you play at? Newark. Oh, where are you guys, where do you live in Newark? And it's that enthusiasm that sometimes you take a look at the little ones know best. And that you say, you know what, if they believe and they're so proud of the city that they live in, and they participate in, and they give back to, why is it that we get 100,000 people that walk in here every single day to work, but now they get to see everything else? So congratulations to everyone here. Mr. Shriver, thank you so much. I'm going to give you a comment, I'm sorry, John. But thank you for believing in that too. Because when you came into NJPC, you really started having a vision and you started doing incredible and unbelievable things and reaching out to different partners. So it's really a tribute to you and to the partners involved here and to the governor, because you've created a lasting legacy for the city of Newark, but also for the state, and to the mayor, and always make sure that Newark is at the forefront. So congratulations to everyone here. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see this built on time. No pressure. Because it's only that way that we get to see more and more, and that we really chip in and we dig in. So congratulations, and to Tim and Mary, thank you, because without your work, without your understanding of what it is that these two legislators from the city of Newark want, and that we fought for, and that we argued about, now you get to understand why it is that we do what we do. Thank you.
Senator Raj McCurdy, who's in the House. Welcome to the largest city in the state of New Jersey, from Jersey City. Just wanted to thank you.
Just in case you forgot. Also thank you for your leadership with this indispensable legislation. I also want to thank Matt Sessions. Really? Okay. I also want to thank Matt Sessions, who is Director of Film Tax Credits for the EDA. He's been involved with all of this stuff. Thank you, Matt. It is a blessing to live in a city and work in a city where its leader is progressive, practical, passionate about advancing the big ideas that enhance and transform the lives of its residents. When we first broached the idea of a movie studio in Newark in Muhammad-Newark several years ago, you reacted immediately and positively, and this is a mayor who trusts his gut. And when he gave this project his personal green light to begin to explore its feasibility, we knew that we were halfway home. He is an indispensable partner to all of us as we work
obviously, at this day. I just came from a press conference that wasn't so as great as this one. You know, we were happy with the last couple of months in the city. It's been pretty rough for us. Fortunately, we made some arrests, and so we had to discuss that and the incidents that occurred last night. You know, it had a lot to do with our young people, which makes this press conference fulfilling to me in so many different ways. You know, because I have to manage all of these things all at the same time. But it is a pleasure, obviously, to be here. I want to thank Governor Murphy and the First Lady with all of my heart. Just thank you completely for the tax credits because of the work I was able to be on the set of The Joker, West Side Story. Last week I was on the set of Here Comes the Flood with Denzel Washington, right on Broad Street, by the way. It's amazing to see these things happening in the city of Newark, and talking to the folks that are actually working there, on film itself about their experience in Newark is amazing. The restaurants they went to, the places they want to go to, the things that they're doing in our city, and them being excited about being in Newark and about having other events in this city as well, from location managers to the publicists to talent scouts to producers to the writer himself. Double trouble. So I say that because I don't have to call to make sure that they are saying Newark's name down in the halls of the State House. I know it's happening without us even asking or questioning that they represent us completely and totally. And I'm comfortable with going to bed at night knowing that they're in the State House fighting for what we need down here in the city of Newark completely. So thank you. John's subscriber is just a consummate worker. I appreciate the work that you do every day to expand NJPAC, to broaden its horizons, to bring art, culture, and politics and people together. It is amazing what you have done in your tenure here. We are undoubtedly in debt to you and the work that you continue to do. And folks from Breakpoint for thinking not robbing me to be here in Newark. I want to say now, but Seth Boyden is important. I want to talk about Seth Boyden before I sit down. Seth Boyden himself was an inventor, patent leather. The first and largest housing project in the city of Newark was Seth Boyden Housing Authority. Some of us were afraid to come down to Dayton Street. But hundreds and hundreds of families were moved out from there and watched that property abandoned for a very long time. When we were demolishing it, people came back to see the buildings fall, to see it come down and raise generations of families in an area of the city that had been neglected for a very, very long period of time. And they lived through that, and hopefully get an opportunity to see that this community comes back better, lighter, stronger, more vibrant, and taking care of them. That's why I think these data points are important. That I think was mentioned, that it will create 600 long-term production jobs here, have an $800 billion impact in this city, specifically in this area. 40% of the total worker hours will be dedicated to Newark residents. 25% of total construction contracted to minority business enterprises, and 7% to women business enterprises itself. Once it's operational, 70% of the studio's full-time employment opportunities spanning maintenance, engineering, janitorial, so forth and so on. Newark will be in mind when those things happen. Great Point Studio and NJPAC will help develop educational programs with the Arts Center in mind, with the support and the collaboration of our Superintendent Roger Leon and the Newark Public School System. So our students won't be left out of that mix. And I want to thank Invest Newark for the $750,000 grant by way of NJPA to make sure that there's workforce development on this project, that people who don't necessarily have the skills to readily be hired here will be able to be trained so they can work at this facility. So it is awesome that Newarkers are at the table, so Newarkers can be at the table. So I don't want you to leave here thinking that we're transforming the community without the residents in mind, because that's just not true. We're going to make sure that the residents are in mind, but not just in mind, but on site. So thank you, everybody, for coming out. I'm super excited about this. I can't wait for the ribbon cutting. So God bless you all.
And a true hero of hip hop, the Westward Council person, Njpc. Are there any other council members who are present by state? Fair enough. I got the whole thing. Wait. It's a tough road. So I'm happy for you to now hear from the Vice Chair of the South Ward, Councilman Patrick Council. Along with the mayor and your business administrator, and with help from Deputy Mayor Elsa Ladd, Council was an architect of the Community Benefits Agreement, valued at almost $1 million that we'll be signing in a minute. The councilman has been our #1 community collaborator as we have navigated the expected and unexpected challenges we faced on the road to the start of studio construction. The South Ward is all the better for his tireless, effective, and compassionate leadership. Folks, please welcome your hometown hero, Councilman Patrick Council.
To Governor Murphy, to John, to representatives from Great City Studios, Senator Jarrett, Leader Ruiz, Assemblywoman Pinto Loren, all of those who are on the diocese, to probably the Baptist Mayor and the nation. Who is a tenacious fighter for the city and this ward that he lives in so proudly, and I so proudly stand in to our council colleagues, again, Council President Crump, Councilwoman Roundtree, Councilman Kelly, and to probably some of the baddest administrators that we have, our Deputy Director Allison Ladd, our PA formulate community. I want to thank all of our community-based organizations who are here from the South Ward that represent. You should be proud of yourself and give yourself a big round of applause. All of those who are from this David Street area, from Foster to Mitchell to Ludlow, who have fought vigorously to be able to see this day come, the countless numbers of meetings that were held right here in this location to talk about the importance and revitalization of this area, what that looks like and what it means to them, to their families, to those that have left and come back. When the mayor told the story about individuals coming back to watch the building be torn down, a component that he left out that was most compassionate was that there were individuals that were picking up bricks and taking it back with them, putting it in their cars and remembering the life, the latitude and love that they shared in that place called Dayton Street. And we just cannot look at it as an empty lot now, but a place where people live, dream, and have hopes. And it's our hope that as we continue to revitalize and reimagine and rebuild the South Ward, that we never forget the lives of those that live there and continue to hold their names up high and make sure that that is there. So to our Housing Authority Director Spicer is here with us today, to our Commissioner of the Housing Authority President Brian Logan, who is here, want them to remember the lives that was lived in that facility, so that they understand and live and breath what it is that we have to do as a community to continue to keep it going. And then most importantly, to each and every person here, I want you to know that wherever the city of Newark is going, the South Ward is going to take it there.
As a superintendent of the Newark Board of Education, Roger Leone holds the future of more than 41,000 students across 65 schools in his hands. This is a massive responsibility and opportunity, one this super embraces with enthusiasm and creativity and determination. And working closely with Great Point, Roger and his team, we intend to make sure that Lionsgate Newark is an opportunity for all of our students learn about careers in TV and film through apprenticeships, internships, and even a media magnet high school adjacent to the studio itself. Roger will tell you more about those plans. All of us at the Arts Center cherish our relationship with Roger and Newark Public Schools, and that relationship dates back to before the first shovel ever went into the ground at the Arts Center in the mid-90s. So please welcome the biggest champion for Newark kids, Superintendent Leon.
Good morning. Good morning. I want to thank NJPC, Great Point Studios, Lionsgate, and obviously the City of Newark. It is indeed an honor to be with our governor, the First Lady, the Mayor, Majority Leader, the Assemblywoman, our South Ward Councilman, and the District's President of the Newark Board of Education, the Honorable Asami Council. Today's Community Benefits Agreement is a great investment in our city and its residents. With this agreement, NJPC, the city, Lionsgate, Great Point Studios have committed to working directly with the Newark Board of Education to develop a new curriculum in film, television, broadcast media, and the many technical careers that support those industries in alignment with the district's historic 10-year strategic plan and our vision for New Media High School, which will open, ready, at the former Dayton Street School location. This creates a pipeline from the classroom to one of the fastest growing job sectors in our state. In addition, the agreement ensures that Newark residents, especially our youngest students, will benefit from training and apprenticeship programs tied directly to future jobs at the new studio. Students will gain exposure to real-world career skills ranging from production and engineering to set design, green tech roles, and digital media. Newark is home to the country's first performing arts high school. Arts High School opened in 1932, and nearly 1 century later, we stand proudly before you in knowing that we will open Newark's New Media High School. As part of all of this investment, NJPC is recommitted to the South Ward by bringing live performance, arts education, and cultural programming closer to where our students live and learn. Again, I want to thank everyone here for ensuring that this project is much more than just a construction project. It is a long-term commitment to enhancing our already vibrant city and adding, yet again, another gem to Newark's South Ward. Thank you.
I want to greet and acknowledge Catherine Oliver. She was here. She's at Bloomberg Associates for many years in New York. She was the director of the New York City Office of Film and Television. She worked wonders there. And she has been so active with us at Newark in advancing Newark TV and film. Thank you, Catherine. And I did not say an acknowledgement of Hassani Council, who is the Chief of Staff for Councilman Council, and is also, his two jobs, he's also the President of the Newark Board of Education. It's a pretty good service. Our city historian is here, Junius Williams. Junius? Keeping track. Keeping relevant history. So, some of you may know this woman, others of you may not. You all should. Her name is Desiree Hadley. All of us who live and work in Newark have seen the phenomenon. Sound of lighting rigs, dressing room tailors, actors, providing the scenic backdrop. Newark is now a daily hub for content production. Just this month, as the mayor said, Denzel Washington has been here shooting the Netflix heist drama, Here Comes the Flood. And take that production times it by 100, you'll get a sense of the amazing work that Desiree, the director of the Newark Office of Film and Television, does every day. Newark is now a first choice destination for film crews from all over the country, and we're grateful to Desiree for advancing that. She has been a steadfast supporter of Lionsgate Newark from the beginning. We appreciate the support and guidance she's provided us. Please welcome Desiree Hadley.
Governor. So thank you, Mayor John Council, the Governor, the Chief, the BA, our homework team. Thank you everyone for allowing me to be a part of this phenomenal day. The development of Lionsgate Newark marks a pivotal moment for our community. This project is not only about attracting movie and television producers to film here, it's about ensuring our residents can benefit directly from having a world-class Hollywood studio in their own city. John Schreiber have worked collaboratively to make sure our residents are never overlooked. Their leadership in securing a strong CBA ensures that the South Board has a voice in this major transformation and that the local neighborhood and wider city community will share in the opportunities it creates. And y'all know I'm going to do my part to make sure our residents are working, right? Lionsgate Newark will inevitably open new doors, which is why the Newark Film Office, Newark Works, and Best Newark has partnered with Rutgers Express Newark Community Media Center, NJPC, and Newark Film School to apply for the NJEA FilmWorks grant. This grant will fund trainings, classes, certifications designed to equip our residents with the knowledge and skills needed to enter and thrive in the multi-billion-dollar entertainment industry. Newark has always had a vibrant entertainment ecosystem. Indeed, the arts permeate our culture and our streetscapes. And we have a major artists who understand it's like a perfect combination. Now, with Lionsgate Newark, production companies will finally be able to tap into our incredible groundswell of talent already surging here. We have folks like Ken Gifford, Deshaun Glover, Ron Lee, the councilman, Kelly, we have all these talented people here. So they can finally really tap into it. Now with Lionsgate Newark, production companies will finally be able to tap into this incredible groundswell of surging our community. This is an exciting time for New Jersey, and I'm thrilled that Newark will be one of the standout cities leading the way with a strong film and television presence. And Newark is up there. We're like neck and neck with Jersey City, but this will put us, I believe, at number one. According to John Crowley, right? All right, that's it. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Bill Stephanie is here, great producer, legend, and thank you for being here. Thank you for being a great partner to us. I want to thank the team who made this possible today, and that is Brian McDonough and Allison McGeever of Kessler PR, Daniela Sapkar, who is Great Point's great strategist, publicist, our NJPC producing teams, Vaughn Anderson DeMoss, with help from our community engagement team, led by the Reverend Asian Marable, always our SVP is Julia Butterfield, and our colleague, our executive producer, David Rodriguez. So here's the best part. I want to share with you highlights of the community benefits agreement that we signed about a minute. The group of organizations that came together to create Lionsgate Newark, Lionsgate, Great Point, Newark Housing Authority, the City of Newark, and NJPC are aligned in their views about many things. And one of those things is that this studio needs to be a great thing for the film and television industry, a great thing for the state of New Jersey, and Newark, but importantly, it must be a great thing for the people of Newark, particularly the people of the South Ward. We have to begin yet, so to speak, but nevertheless, we're determined that this studio will prove to be a good neighbor starting immediately, which is why one of the things we're here to celebrate today is the signing of this Community Benefits Agreement, or CBA. It's a four-part agreement between the city, Great Point, the NHA, and the Arts Center, and it outlines specifically how Lionsgate Newark will act as a good neighbor, both during its construction and when it opens for business in the spring of 27. How it will add to the vibrancy of this ward, offering arts and educational programming to the residents, and ensuring that the jobs and contract work that the studio creates go to Newark. Here's what the agreement says. Lionsgate Newark will ensure that construction is completed with the community in mind, being thoughtful to minimize noise and dust during the process. And I hope neighbors will hold us to that. During construction, Lionsgate Newark will award 25% of the contract work done at the studio to Newark firms. And 40% of the man-hours and woman-hours worked at the studio construction site will also be earmarked for Newark residents. Once the studio is open, Lionsgate Newark's commitments to the South Ward will remain in place. For its part, the Arts Center will produce at least 15 arts and education community events in the South Ward each year for the next 10 years. NJPC and Great Point will partner with Newark Public Schools to develop a film and TV production curriculum, as Roger said, and will collaborate with NPS to advance our shared vision of establishing a public film and media-focused high school adjacent to the studio. That's a big deal. We will also establish training programs and apprenticeship opportunities for local residents, enabling Newarkers to learn about this industry from the inside out. As you all know, there are dozens of jobs in the TV film business that are trainable for our young people. Great Point is committed to hiring 70% of its on-site employees from the South Ward community, and will continue to award contracts to local firms on an ongoing basis once the studio opens. The city will prioritize local investment in broadband and will cooperate with the Newark Housing Authority in making local area improvements, investing a combined total of $100,000 in beautifying the South Ward, improving everything from sidewalks to storefront signage. And Great Point will provide $300,000 in direct grants to local nonprofits. Following community organizations have been selected to receive these grants, and they include the Newark Street Academy, Clinton Hill Community Action, Southwood Promise Neighborhood, Jackie Robinson Pop Corner, the Weequahic Park Sports Authority, Complex Visions, Leaders for Life, Joanne Seventy Arms, International Youth Organization, the Songs Place, and the Southward Environmental Alliance. But those are the highlights, and I believe they demonstrate how committed all of us involved in Lionsgate Newark are to ensuring that this facility is not just good news, but great news for Newark, the South Ward, and for everybody who calls this part of our city home. And now, to memorialize this agreement, I want to invite Mayor Baraka, NHA Director, Executive Director Leonard Spicer, Great Point Studios Co-Chair Femi Siko, to join me in signing this commitment. And have here in my lecture. I actually wrote it down.
God bless us.